Hopefully. Yeah.
Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Fine.
How are you?
Fine, you?
Good. Thank you for doing this. Let me,
No, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
yeah, it's my pleasure. Well, let me introduce you really quickly. So you're Giorgio Minisini. You're the 2017 world champion in the technical mixed duet. You're also six-time world medalist, four-time European medalist in mixed duet, and you were named the 2017 and 2018 FINA Best Male Artistic Swimmer. And more recently, you've been so you started a campaign for the inclusion of mixed duet at the Olympics. So we'll talk on that later, but that's basically the short introduction. So how are you? How are things in Italy right now?
Well, we are approaching the phase two of this quarantine. So the 3 of May, we should
Hmm.
start to see some production to start again and maybe some limitation to be less strict. So we are approaching the finish of the hardest way of this moment.
Do you think you guys will be able to get back to the pool on May 3rd or not sure?
Well, we are talking about that because there are some news that talks about only two people in single lanes for the swimming pool. So we have to figure out this. We may also go back to the pool, but it's not sure right now.
Hmm. So, and I had people asking me, how do you train right now? What do you do to stay in shape?
We are doing a lot of session with Zoom with the national team, even the Italian team alone, but even with other nationals. Like we do some session with Stefan, all together with other countries like France and Alexandri's sister, and
Hmm.
we love how he kills our speech. Very, it's very cool.
And you guys did something with the US, no, recently, like with
Yeah.
yeah.
We talk about trainings with Andrea and Victor. It has been really interesting. I love that. But I think they are really, you know, great couple because they are two sportsmen and much involved. Much they study a lot, and you can see that.
Hmm. Cool. All right. Well, we'll just get started. So that was one of the question I had, and somebody said, well, at Deb SLF asked, what inspired you to get started in artistic swimming when there were practically no other guys in the beginning?
But I think that I can say something that the majority of the men can say is that Bill is the one that gives you the first impression that you knew that you can do this, that the man can do synchronized swimming after seeing Bill. And for me, the final decision has been made when my brother starts to do synchronized
Hmm.
swimming following Bill. So I had, one one master, one iconic synchronized swimmer to follow, but I had also my brother in my family that gives me the way.
Hmm. Were there any other boys other than you two back then?
Yeah, in my first year of swimming, we were in seven.
Oh,
We were
wow.
7 boys. There were 4 boys older than me and 2 boys younger than me. So I didn't felt it was something strange at the start because we were a lot. But after I found out that we were the only 7 in Italy, so there were a lot of boys in a single place. And after I understand that it was something unique, and I feel that I love it even more when I know that it was something more unique,
Hmm.
more special.
That makes sense. And did you face any did people make fun of you at the time or is it or did you just not care?
Well, when I started, I was really young. I was 6 years old, And at that age, the children are, more open-minded. So every time I met a child from another sport, from swimming, from water polo, they were interested in what I was doing. Some problems were born when I go to the middle school. So 12 years old, 14, that age, it has been very tough because, that is the bad age when people became a bit, yeah, you understand. So that was a bit difficult because that's something I think it was unique. For the other guys, it was strange. So I have to face some problems, yeah.
Did your brother continue with you, or did he stop eventually?
He stopped there when he was 13 years old because he was playing water polo at a good level, so he just followed that road. He came up to the top series of water polo in Italy, and now he's still playing with the society where I started training synchronous swimming, the same society.
Cool. And now I think there were, 8 mixed duets at nationals in Italy last year, right? So how have you seen it grown, and are more boys starting artistic swimming now, or how is it?
But the number of boys in these nationals has remained the same, but I saw, improve in technical level of the mixed duet, of course. So the second Italian championships has been more quality good. And also a lot of young boys are starting because I think the real impact of the World Championships opening in Kazan has been with the youngest because they can start and they can have a big goal to chase. So I really believe that the young guys are the future of this sport.
Well, do you want to talk a little bit about the campaign that you started to keep growing mixed duet? So for the inclusion of mixed duet, the hashtag and everything.
Well, I was thinking about that in this period because I had this amazing experience in Mexico City with the other 5 guys. There were me, Bill, Benoit, Refil, Atsushi Abe, Paul Ribas, and Renan Alcantara from Brazil. And I cannot say you what we have done because it was supposed to get out in the half of March, but then coronavirus, everything stopped, and it just got delayed. So I really want you to see that, but we have to wait a lot. But it has been a really great experience and makes me understand better how much we are bonded together, how much our life, our goals, the world that we live in really link us together very strongly. So I was thinking about that, and I understand that we have to show this link, this bondage. That's why I just started chatting with them in our group. Let's make something about that. I proposed a hashtag. Bill has been the one who came out with the inclusion of mixed duet hashtag. So with their help, we launched the campaign. And actually the big result of the campaign, it has been that I didn't know how many mixed duets there were out there. A lot, really a lot. I didn't expect that much. And from that many countries, I really believe that if every country could go to the World Championships, there will be more than double of the duets that we have right now. So this has been, for me, the biggest result. And the second result has been the born of the International Mixed Duet page, where with the help of Aranza Gonzalez, that is a girl from the Mexican Mixed Duet, who is also a sport marketer, we are trying to make it more consistent. This international link, we want to show it in a more consistent way with that page, and we are trying to make some stuff,
And I had a question from at Artistic Swimming Community. They were asking, what has been the response so far?
Yes, as I said, we discovered how many mixed duets there are there, and I think this is in the eyes of everyone. We had this problem with the hashtag because Instagram, I don't know why
Oh, that's right.
reported the hashtag, so we have to change, but the most of the posts were with the oldest hashtag, so yes, it's a bit confusing to know how many pictures are out there, because much of them you cannot see, but I really think that this is a good way, I would say, to show what really the mixed duet can do.
Yeah, it was the same for me when I started seeing who was reposting. I discovered some countries that mixed duet and I had no idea. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
younger pairs, like under 15 or yeah, that was really awesome. And it's like you said, they don't compete yet. I know a few were supposed to compete, like the ones from Chile and at the South American Championships that's been postponed, but hopefully we'll see them soon. But it's really exciting to see everything grow like that. Hopefully that can be. So what's
Yeah.
the next step? Are you going to stay on social media? Do you have something else coming up with that?
Yes, I had a plan for this campaign to go out of social media, but I believe that we can work a bit more on the social media right now, because the problem the EORC always said us is that we miss the numbers. So I really believe that we have to show the real numbers and then make the proposal outside of the social.
That makes sense. And do you feel in general that the synchro community has been has been accepting towards men more than before? Have you noticed a change in your
Yeah,
experience?
I really believe that there are only few people remain against this, because I really believe that the mixed duet can also improve how the other events have been seen from the non-synchro people. I really believe that if mixed duet grows up, all the sports grows up. Because for non-synchro people, it's easier to watch a mixed duet than normal events. Because it's more, non-synchro people can put themselves inside a mixed pair better than the classical synchro events.
Right.
Like in figure skating, like in every artistic sport out there. So I believe that people in synchro are now understanding this, and of course they can see that having mixed duet didn't take anything from the other events. So there's no negative points, only positive points that can came from the inclusion of mixed duet.
Yeah, hopefully, I think we're on the right track, and it's been so encouraging to see, and hopefully the numbers improve or get bigger every year, and I really hope so. And I got a question. It's more for older guys. I got a question from @bitter_wulong asking, do you have any advice for male swimmers in masters that are starting in synchro right now?
But my biggest advice for a man starting right now, a boy or a man, is to give yourself the right time, because we as a man need more time to understand some stuff in the water, especially for synchro, because we are, especially for the men, for the older men, we wait more, we are less aquatic generally, and when we are young, we grow up later, and many aspects of the physical and neurological growth of a person came later for a man. So just give you the right time, wait, have patience, work, because the girls get the results earlier, and it feels sometimes that you are left behind. But it's just because we need more time to do something. And also in the year, I always go in my best shape much later than the girls. So my first competition are always the worst. And every time I have to say myself, okay, this is not what I can do. I have to work more. I have to wait. This is something that happened many times for men for men and not for women, because physiologically we are different, you know. So yes, for men starting right now, just give you the right time, have patience while working, and don't pretend to have immediate results. Just point to have the little results every month, and just turn back after some years.
That's cool. It kind of ties into, I got a question from Ethan from Australia, and he was asking, what's your, well, two things. What things do you do to prepare to compete? And what's your favorite words to live by?
What's your favorite?
Like, what's your favorite mantra, your motto,
Okay.
something like that?
Well, before competition, I have mine rituals, you know, but they are based on my psychologist's advices, that it's all playing on the briefing. So I have some exercise about the briefing that I have to do, like 1 hour, half hour before a competition, just to be in the right mindset. And then I have my nutritional rituals, I can call it, because I have my nutritionist that gives me the suggestion on how to eat, when to eat. And I take this like a ritual because I know this can't make too much difference.
Uh-oh. Oh. Are you here? Oh, I lost you for a second. Okay.
Okay.
Your internet was a little glitchy. Are you good?
Okay, yes. Just my headphone got disconnected, but are you
Okay,
fine?
that's fine. As long as people can hear you, so that's okay. So you were talking about your rituals before competing.
Yeah, yes, just everything I do, also the the nutritional aspect. So what I have to eat when, I take it like a ritual stuff because I know that it cannot make too much difference, but everything that can add a little positive, results on the final swim, I can do it, of course.
Okay. Then it was a more general question from Amy Thompson from Australia, who was my last guest. She was asking, how do you get selected in Italy for a national team, and how did you get selected for the mixed duet?
But for the national team, we have some selections that are made in the first part of the year, and the selection are based on the last year results. So the better swimmer got in the selection, and the better of the selection got the national team. This every year. For the mixed duet, the first year I was the only one, so the choice was, let's see who's there. That was me. And for the youngest, there's more competition. I believe I didn't talk with the responsible, with the head coach of the junior national team, but of course I think they just choose the better one.
Okay, that's easy, and you're still good. Then what has been the hardest part of Synchro for you?
But for me, it has been the indifference that I live in for many years, because when I started, I didn't want to. I am competitive, so when I started doing synchronized swimming, I started with the mentality of became a good synchronized swimmer. To become, I wanted to be the number one in Italy, of course, and it's easy to fight with hate, because against the hate you can fight, you can do something, but against the indifference you cannot do anything. So you can show everything you can do, you can tell people, look, I'm different, look what I can do, look what synchronized swimming can be. But if people it's just don't care about you, you cannot do anything. So that it has been a really tough part of my life, because there were really few people that cared about what I was doing. And yes, this has been the really most difficult part of my synchro life. And everything changed after Kazan, of course, because suddenly people understand that, oh, we can get something good from him.
Yeah. What changes would you like to see happen in the future, or what do you want to see next for men? Of course, the Olympics, but
Well, this will be obvious for much ways, because one of the goals of the Olympic Games is the gender equity. And as per now, the gender equity is missing only in artistic swimming and rhythmic gymnastics, and only from the men's side, as far as I know. So I really believe that this is something incredible that we didn't yet come to it. So I really believe to see that, because I want the youngest guys starting now following me to have a better career than me, because you know, I put them in this situation, they following me. So if they have a better life like mine past, it will be my fault. You know, I feel this responsibility. So I really want them to have more possibilities than what I had. So I didn't feel guilty for, you know.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, it's changed so much, and if there's already more that you've seen that are starting in Italy and everywhere, I think there's just little boys everywhere. So that's
Yeah.
really, really good. Let me see. All right. Well, to keep talking about mixed duet, I got a question from Deb.vdb. She's asking, how does it feel to change duet partners?
Well, I am pretty used to it, because in my career, I changed partner every 2 years, more or less. So for me, it's every time a way to have new stimulus. And so it makes me feel younger, because for me, it's like start again. So I love my new duet partner, Lucrezia Ruggero, and I'm sad that we cannot compete this year anymore, because I don't know if we managed to go to the European Championships. They postponed it, but I'm not so sure that we are really going to do it. So I'm really sad that we cannot compete, because I wanted to see the reaction of other people. But maybe it's better for us. We have 1 year more to work more on our duets. So I'm looking forward to compete again with her.
Yeah. Were you guys gonna show new routines or no?
We are working, yes, on new routines too. We are working on that. So yeah, you have to expect it.
Cool. That's exciting. Yeah, because I think winter Italian nationals at the beginning of the year, you had what is it, like the Angel and Demons?
Yeah, it was
Or the
actually Adam and Eve.
Oh, that's right. Even yes, sorry.
Yeah, we were working on that, but it is on prototype still, because for Italian championships are, as I said to you, not in a good period, especially for me. So this is the prototype duet, and you're gonna see.
All right, cool. I'm excited. Hopefully we'll see it soon. I don't know. Well, then, so it was another question. Well, so you're also involved with the, I'm going to butcher that, Progetto Filippide?
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Okay. So can you talk about this a little more? And I know you swam with Ariana Sacripante at the super final. Good, my accent is good. So yeah, can you talk about what you do with them, and what's the goal of the project?
Yes. The project contacted me the year after Budapest, because the president of the Progetto, Nicola Pintus, after seeing us winning the gold, just have a spark and said, why the best Italian swimmer and our best Down syndrome girl swimmer, and make them swim together? Because something he understood is that if you separate the Down syndrome girls, autistic boys, and disability guys from the normal guys, they will always be separated. Mm-hmm. You have to show that you can do integrated work. And for me, it has been something really different because I started seeing Synchro in a different way. Mm-hmm. No more competition, no more training, no training in the meaning of if you do wrong, you are bad, but only positive training, only positive exhibition. So it has been really mind-changing, a mind-changing experience. And I don't know how many times I cried in this route, in this work, because you cannot hold yourself when you see Arianna swim, you see the girls swim, you see the boys swim, because we have 4 boys in the Progetto Filippide.
Oh, cool.
And I coach them every Tuesday since the, of course, apocalypse.
Well, yeah.
And you can hold yourself when you see them. So it has been really mind-changing, and I'm sad because we were supposed to go to Tokyo in the period between Olympic Games and Paralympic Games to make more show of this project and to try to involve the artistic women in the Paralympic Games. But of course, it has been delayed to next year, if there will be a next year. But yes, like everything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you posted the video of you swimming at the super final last year. I think I cried too. It was really touching.
Sorry, my internet. You said?
That's okay. No, I was talking about your exhibition at the super final of the World Series last year. That was really, really touching and moving. And I think it moved a lot of people.
Yeah. Many
really
people wrote me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of it.
And so that's at Susanna Synchro, who I think you know, was asking what's your next project with all of this. So hopefully 2021, the Tokyo exhibition, and are you guys going to be again in the World Series a little bit?
I don't know, because for this kind of projectuality, it's all in the head of the president, because he just understand that I have the time to do the training with Arianna, but you know, every organization, I have no skills to do it. So he's gonna tell me, okay, we are going there in a month, we are going there in 2 months, and for me, everything is good. I mean, I have always fun doing this. So every time he said, let's do this, okay, let's do this. So he's gonna say to me, I really hope we are going to, because, you know, in the advertising, this is advertising work. We are advertising disability people to do this part. So in the advertising, the more you show, the more the message remain in the people's mind. Because now, in this moment, we have too much information. So you think about Down syndrome girl in synchronized swimming, and the second letter you don't think anymore. So in this advertising, we have to show ourselves many times. So I really hope to do it.
I hope so too. Yeah, it's been a great project to follow up on. All right, moving on. Well, it's more about, so it's another question from Amy Thompson in Australia. She was asking, what do you do outside of the sport? Do you study at university? Do you have a job? Or what are what do you do on the side?
But we are all part of the police sportive group. So I'm a policeman, and I don't have to work as a policeman, but yes, just give the representation. I do not study. I just started right now in the quarantine. I started studying coding because I started for fun, and I really think I like it. So I just seeing what this take. I'm in home, so I can do something else
Yeah.
from training for a period.
That was another question I got. Do you enjoy any other, or do you do any other sports?
Yeah, yeah, I did Taekwondo 10 years together with Synchro. I went to the national team and no, national competition, and I had to left in the moment. I want to do everything I do in the best way. So if in the moment I can be the best Taekwondo and synchronized swimming, I do both. But in the moment I'm gonna be medium in both. I found myself to choose something. I choose Synchro just because it was more unique for me. That was be the only discrimination because I really loved Taekwondo. I miss it sometimes, but the possibility of doing something that any other did in any time, for me, as it was really valuable. So that's why I chose Synchro at the time. But yeah, sometimes I miss Taekwondo. I really like the sport.
Did you think when you made the choice to go all in synchro, did you think you would become a world champion eventually?
I I don't know how to say. I always believed that I would go at some point to a competition, to an international competition. I don't know why. I just was optimistic at the time because no reason to be optimistic because there were anything that could make yourself think about an opening of men in synchronized swimming. But I just feel that I should try. I should have tried that if the possibility, if I would have the possibility, I should try to be the best. So in the moment they opened the World Championships, I just think, okay, now it's the time to do what I was planning to do when it wasn't possible.
Cool. Look at you now. All right. I think I went through all the questions or most of the questions I received. So we can do, for fun, a little lightning round. So I'll just ask you some fast, like random questions. So to start, what's your favorite competition so far?
I believe it's the test event we did in Rome because for me the Florida Ligo pool is the most beautiful of the world. So the 2015 test event in Rome, we were only for mixed duets. You may recover this.
Yeah, I need to look at it. I don't even know what the pool
That's
looks
been
like.
the first international mixed duet competition at all.
Ah,
Just before the World Championships.
cool. Oh, that makes sense why you like it. Well, one thing you love and one thing you hate about synchro.
Well, I love when you actually see yourself improve after a lot of training. This feeling of watching yourself and say, okay, I really improved. That is something that is much gives you satisfaction. And the thing that I hate is that it takes too long to see that improvement. Really too long. It's sometimes frustrating.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, you kind of already answered that one. One synchronized swimmer you admired while growing up.
You can
Right.
you can answer for me.
I mean, Bill, yeah, right. The place you most want to travel to.
I want to see Australia. I saw all the continents. I miss Australia.
That would be a good trip. And you know people there now.
Ethan.
Yeah. Your favorite snack in competition.
Oreos, of course.
Oh, that's right.
Oreos.
In competition?
Of course, it's my
Oh,
prize. It's my prize. After the first things I do after a competition is taking my 4 Oreos and eat them.
Somebody answered for you too. Everybody knows you like Oreos.
Yeah, people are just sending me gifts with Oreos inside, so I love that. I love that people
Yeah.
know I love Oreos.
There you go. Housewarming party. Oreos. Just all the
Yeah,
Oreos. You'll be
yeah.
happy. Ethan says you will welcome you with open arms. Oh.
I'm gonna make use
Oh,
of
there you
that.
go. Right? Oh, we have a question right now. I keep losing you. I don't know what's going on. Are you back? Okay, there we go.
You asked?
Okay. I know Instagram has also been very glitchy. No, John is asking, how's your training with Stefan going in Palm Springs, which that was before everything closed down.
Yeah, as always, Stefan, it's really motivational, but also tough. So it's you end your weeks with no more energies, and you every time you are in the pool, you ask yourself, why I'm doing this? Why every time I find myself in this situation? But it's very motivational because you always aim to the maximum score. So he never talks about 8, 9. Every time he said, if you want to take 9.5, you have to do this. So you know what you have to do to reach that score. You don't want to swim for an 8, for a 9. You have to swim for a 9.5, 9.8. So it's really motivational because I want this. I want to compete not for the relative maximum, but for the absolute maximum. So it really makes you try to do that.
That makes sense. All right, I'm back on my little list. Your favorite inspirational quote?
It's from an Italian singer. It's become what you are. So just don't care what you think you should be, but just develop what you are inside, even if it's different from the expectations.
Yeah, that's good. Your favorite book? Oh man, are we gonna be able to finish that? I keep losing you. Oh,
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
that's
Okay.
okay. We're almost done.
Come on,
Are you
Wi-Fi.
back?
I'm here. You
I
feel me?
know.
You hear me?
Well, I mean, huh?
You hear me?
I can't. Well, your internet is not good.
Sorry. I'm gonna change plan
That's okay.
next time.
Right? All right. Well, we can just finish this. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
I don't know. I really don't know because I feel that much mind-changing advice is probably the most changing suggestion has been made from my psychologist that just said something really easy to think about because he just said you cannot change something that you cannot change. You know, you have no power on some events, on some mechanism, on some people, so you cannot give yourself the fault for something that you cannot change. And I feel I have many problems with that because I always give myself the fault if something does not go good, fine, even if the reason it's not manageable by me. So I really have to work on that, but it's something that changed all myself all day long during the competition, after the competition. So it's a little advice that really make me lighter. So I have to think about it a lot.
That makes sense. Well, you're back, so that's good. I have one more question that we just got from Navina from Serbia. She asked, what's different with Lucrezia than with Manila? Oh,
Okay. Of course,
okay,
there
there
is a
you
different.
go.
I'm sorry. Of course, there is a different relation because I was much younger than Manila, and now Lucrezia is much younger than me. So I just found myself in the other side of the mirror, and that's fine. Uh, I like to feel the more expert, even if I'm not. But this relation is different on that point, and also physically speaking, me and Manila were much similar in the movements. When me and Lucrezia are more like Mariangela, that she was my last free duet partner in Budapest. So she can make more different with me, and we can show, for my opinion, more complexity and more mixed duet skills, like really different from men and women. So I really believe that we can do our work much similar as we do with Mariangela.
Okay, cool. And John's asking, how can we send you Oreos?
Just write me in DM. I send you my address so you can just ship away.
You're gonna receive so many. That's funny. All right. Well, that's all I had. So thank you so much for taking the time, and hopefully people enjoyed this. Sorry about the internet, but
No, so you.
I
Thank you
mean,
for inviting me. I hope it has been
yeah,
good. I hope
it
so. Thank you
was
really much.
minus the glitches.
My delicious. Yeah, of
All
course.
right. That's okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. So have a good evening, and hopefully we'll see you around the pool soon.
I hope so. I hope to. Thank you again.
Okay. Bye.